So we're back at Epcot today because we have some things to follow up on. First and foremost, we have some new merchandise over at Cosmic Rewind, which I think was here last time we were here, but we completely skipped over it because we had other things going on. We wanted to ride the new test track. Speaking of the new test track, we have new test track merch, finally. So we're gonna go check that out. And there's a new experience here at Epcot, or new isn't quite the word. There's a returning experience here at Epcot that's been going on, and I want to check it out. I've never been able to catch it before, so hopefully today's the day. Either way, I think it's going to be a great day. We do have some things we want to do, you know, but we're also we're gonna take it slow, we're gonna chill, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. Also, we're gonna try not to melt because it is very humid today. Last night at was it like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, we had a really bad thunderstorm that decided to park right over our house. So I haven't gotten the most sleep, but also it dumped a ton of rain. Everything's wet. So it just kind of sits in the air, you know, and even though it's only like, I don't know, 83 degrees right now, let's check my thermometer, see what it has to say. 88 right now, sitting right here. It's really not too bad, but the air is heavy, you know. So anyway, I think the rope has dropped. If it hasn't, it'll drop by the time we make our way over there because we got like 2 minutes. So what do you say? Want to get this show on the road? Also, we'll talk about whatever else pops into our head along the way. I think it's going to be a good day. So I think we're going to start our day over at the Cosmic Rewind gift shop. That might be a bad plan because it is so early, but you know what? Why not? Then we're going to make our way over that direction a little bit later. We did just pass guest relations though, and that reminds me that I wanted to give you an update on the MagicBand Plus situation that we talked about the other day. So the other day I was telling you that I'm running into issues with one of my MagicBands, more specifically my Epcot 40th Anniversary MagicBand Plus. It won't take a charge and it won't turn on. Obviously it's dead, fully dead, after only a few years. If you want to hear more about it, check the description. I'll put a link to the video so you can hear like everything that I have to say about it, because I'm not going to go into it right now. But I went to guest relations. I was like, is there anything that can be done about this? And they said, no, there isn't. Now I thought to myself, that's kind of BS and very disappointing, right? And I get it. Nothing lasts forever and you shouldn't expect anything from guest relations. I didn't, but I just think it's kind of crazy that something so new would die so quickly, especially when you charge it, you know? Anyway, like I said, go check out that discussion if you want to hear more. But you know, once I got home, started editing, pulled everything together, I thought to myself, is this just a fluke? Like, is this something that's happening just to one of my MagicBands? I have a few MagicBand Pluses, you know, so I should try and see if I'm running into issues with any other MagicBands. And the answer, for those of you who might be wondering, is yes. 2 of my MagicBand Pluses are dead like this. They won't take a charge, they won't turn on, nothing. Now, we have a total of 4 MagicBand Pluses in our household. Russ has 1, I have 3, one of which I think is tucked away in a bag. I haven't been able to find it. So we're gonna assume that one still works because we're gonna give Disney the benefit of the doubt. That would mean that half of the MagicBand Pluses that I purchased are dead. No good, no longer work. One of those 2, significantly newer than the other. One I bought at the Epcot 40th, and the other I got like a year and a half later. So, I don't know, I got a lot of thoughts on that. I've already shared so many of those thoughts with you in our previous video. I still feel the same, but I did want to follow up on that and just add that little bit to the discussion. All right, here we are out front of Cosmic Rewind. Let me show you where the gift shop is because this confuses people sometimes. We're actually headed in the out at the moment because we're just going to the gift shop. But this is the entrance of the attraction, and if we turn this way toward where all the people are coming from, you'll see there's a door here that we can pop into. This is the Treasures of Xandar gift shop. It's pretty cool, but you do have to like exit the building, enter back into it. It's been a minute since I've been in here, so I know some of the merchandise is new, but some of it is just catching my eye. Let's start with the new stuff. All right, so there's definitely some cool stuff here, very different from what we've seen for Cosmic Rewind thus far. We have a hoodie, $59.99, and a frame, which is really cool. This one is $29.99. Of course, we have water bottles and mugs, blanket, other hoodies. Oh, check this t-shirt out. That's cool. Oh, I like that. A design on the front and the back. Let's see how much this t-shirt is. Any guesses? Russ has been on it, so tell me what your guess is. It's $39.99. Were you close? Tell me in a comment. I do like this. This is really cute. It's like a little hair accessory set. We've got Groot and Rocket, and then we have some bobby pins and a scrunchie. This is $14.99. Not too bad. All right, now let's look at some other stuff that caught my eye, but I have no idea if it's new or not. We have this adorable shirt, which is just too cute. This caught my eye right away. The Otherworld Showcase hoodie. They have the hooded sweatshirt, which I would guess is, oh, that's the back of it. It's a zip up. Oh, cute. How much? This one is $64.99. I was gonna say it was, my guess was gonna be around 70 bucks. We have a t-shirt here, which is kind of cool. And then there's a sweatshirt here that I want to show you. They have them on the rack as well, but there's a lot of people looking at them because, I mean, they're really cool, so I feel like they're going to be popular. There it is. It's the same design as the back of that hoodie that caught my eye. I love it. So cool. I also really like this t-shirt. It feels very Epcot to me, like old school Epcot poster. This is the back. The front has this logo right here with that reflective material and Spaceship Earth. We saw that reflective material on a ton of Epcot stuff a while back. Let me see if I can find the price. $34.99 for this. I would pick that up. All right, I gotta say, I really like the new merch for Cosmic Rewind. I like all the merch for Cosmic Rewind. The new stuff that's like dark reds, golds, that's cool, but for me, the pastel, like purple, orange, it feels very classic Epcot to me, and I love that they still have some of that type of thing at the Cosmic Rewind gift shop or in the Cosmic Rewind gift shop, so I do like that. By the way, right here, for those of you who wonder about the abandoned attractions we talk about every now and again, Wonders of Life Pavilion. So Cosmic Rewind, Mission Space, Wonders of Life. It's been there the whole time. So you've probably walked past it and now you know where it is. Anyway, I think our next stop is Test Track. Now the last time that we were here, my complaint, my rant, which I try not to rant that often. I know I've had a lot to say recently, but there's been a lot to talk about. My complaint is that Test Track had no merchandise, no attraction merchandise, and that was the day after it opened. Now I asked a cast member and they said in about a month, and I was pretty, I had a lot to say about that, but as it turns out, they have added Test Track merchandise. So let's see if we can find it. There is a t-shirt and a pin. So let's see. Oh my goodness, the hat is here. But Daddy, I love him. I feel like I need this hat. We'll come back to it. Let's see if we can find this Test Track merch. Cadillac again. This, by the way, for those of you who were wondering, is the electric Hummer. I wasn't sure at first, but now you know, if you were curious. Also, one of you said, oh, I can't wait to go to Epcot to get my Buick shirt, and I was cracking up. Anyway, let's see if we can find this. Oh, I think we found it. All right, so here it is, our rack of Test Track merch. We've got a t-shirt, which looks fine. It's very, very lightweight, 100% cotton, very thin. This t-shirt is $34.99, and then we have a kids t-shirt, same thing. And this t-shirt is $26.99. We also have a pin, a new pin. Let's see, this one's got Mickey on it. Test Track, presented by General Motors. It is yellow, so who knows? We'll see if we can find a key. You know, so there it is. That's the Test Track merch. All right, we found it over here on the rack. Yellow is $14.99, so that pin is $14.99. Let's see what other pins catch our eye. I like this one. That one's super cute. And I do like the Epcot one as well. All right, let's talk Test Track merchandise. So first and foremost, I'm glad that they have something. It might not be a huge selection, it might not be a great selection, but it should have been there from the very beginning. I know a lot of you feel that way as well because you shared your thoughts with me in a comment, which I love having these conversations with you, so never stop. But, you know, we did have that conversation the other day, so I'm not gonna like rehash that or anything. Let's talk about the merchandise itself. So it's not a lot. T-shirt for adults, t-shirt for kids, and a pin. I will say the placement in the shop is a little weird. It makes sense because, you know, you're leaving the attraction and they, I suppose, think that this will catch your attention. But even when I walked up upon it, like I didn't even realize it was Test Track merch initially, mainly because one of the t-shirts was actually flipped around. I don't think you got a chance to see it, but if I have a clip of that, I'll put it here. So you couldn't see that it was Test Track stuff at all. I flipped the t-shirt back around so that I could show it to you, but also so that other people could find it. Quality of the t-shirts isn't great. The print is okay, but the t-shirt itself, it feels cheap, which is very disappointing for the price tag. You know, $27 for the kids t-shirt, $35, I think it was, for the adult. $29.99, I wouldn't be complaining. You know, that's the standard price of a tee, but this felt excessive to me. Now the pin, that was cute, pretty basic. Don't really have much to say beyond that. Price was right in line with what you would expect to pay for a Disney pin. But yeah, I think my biggest takeaway, no, I don't really want to say complaint because it's not a complaint, but like the thing that I want to say when wrapping up this little corner of this conversation is that for as basic as this was, I'm really, really surprised that this wasn't available during previews and of course during opening week. It's just wild. Bad planning. But all right, now let's make our way over to the other side, to like world nature. That's where we're headed. I'm still stuck in calling all of this future world, so bear with me. Oh, that AC feels really good. Just stand here for a second, soak it all in. All right, so our mission is to make our way over to the seas, but before we go, also it might be a little loud right now, I wanted to take a look at the ground over here. This is the lighting that kind of sits here in this new World Celebration area. It's been running into problems for quite some time. It's kind of popping up in areas, and Disney's solution was kind of screwing it all down with screws and then painting those screws in some cases. Some areas, Disney seems to have done the same thing that our grandparents or maybe even we do, where they just put another screw and another screw and another screw, as many as it takes to make it work. I've heard some people wonder, like, what's the big deal if this is the solution to this problem? And I think I want to share some thoughts. You know, I think for some people, especially people who have been visiting the parks for a long time and you've seen the different eras of Disney come and go, I think there's this like expectation that Disney's going to work things out in a way that exceeds what you and I might be able to do. Oh, monorail, there it goes. And best case scenario exceeds what you might be able to find at like another theme park or amusement park. And there were points in time where this was so true, you know, that Disney would exceed expectations and was going to do the impossible, that like even weird little rumors would pop up, like the one about the dome and how Disney controls the weather. I firmly believe that that came up not only because sometimes the weather is crazy here in Florida and it can seem like someone's, you know, pushing buttons, but because Disney was doing some things that were like unimaginable. So why wouldn't this be something that they could do? There was a time where that seemed less ridiculous than it does now. By the way, we've got a friend joining us. This is a huge bee. You know, sometimes people ask me why my eyes are like darting around, why I'm looking at other things, because number one, I try to be situationally aware, but number two, sometimes we have friends that join us like this, and I want to make sure I stay out of his way and he stays out of my way, and we go on about our day. Anyway, back to the weather dome discussion. I know it sounds ridiculous, but these things, they didn't always seem as ridiculous. That's how good Disney was at doing their thing. In fact, I feel like if back when that rumor started, you would have said, there will be a day that Disney resolves issues like your grandpa might resolve issues, people would go, give me a break. It's not how Disney does things. But yet, here we are. And look, this is just one simple and very silly example, but I think that that's ultimately why people talk about these things. I mean, sure, negativity gets clicks and all that, and social media is what it is, but the people who really get bent out of shape about it, I think it's because they're sad that there's this era of the way Disney did things that is slowly going away. I think it's sad too, but all we can do is talk about it. So anyway, let's go into the seas. Actually, I think we have enough time. Oh, I don't know if we have enough time. Let's go into the seas, because here at 10:30, to the best of my knowledge, there's gonna be a show, like a little show, a demonstration, if you will, happening here in the seas that I've always wanted to see and never have. So today's the day. Let's do it. All right, I found a bench in the AC. What more could you ask for? We're here to see a demonstration that should be happening over that direction at the diver lockout chamber. It's supposed to happen at 10:30 and at 4, to the best of my knowledge, and it's 10:07 right now, so plenty of time. But while we're here, check this out. There's gonna be a new pass holder magnet coming. Obviously, it's gonna be Nemo themed, right? Finding Nemo or Finding Dory? I don't know, but this is a perfect place to talk about it. So let me know what your guesses are. Do you think it's gonna be Dory, Nemo? I feel like with the mask, we're looking at Dory, but tell me what you think.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Seas with Nemo and Friends. My name is Gabby and I'm a member of the education team here at the Seas. And joining me here today is our Disney diver, Chad. Hello, Chad. Beautiful. Looks like he is ready to go. Now you, my friend, are going to get to press the button so that we're able to fill out the tank. Are you ready? Awesome. Now, scuba diving is a recreational activity that allows people and scientists to explore the open ocean around them. Often, scientists will use it to discover new aquatic environments like coral reefs, seagrass beds, and even kelp forests, which is pretty awesome. So we can see the opposite side of this back there. Beautiful. So the main important thing that we're going to need for all scuba divers is that pressurized air tank in the back. It holds enough air to fill about a compact car. It reduces the pressure of the air so that they're able to breathe comfortably down there and be able to explore. Excellent job.
Well, I gotta say, that was pretty fun. It was pretty fun, and I know it's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. Wasn't my cup of tea for the longest time, though it was something I always wanted to do. You know, I saw it in the guidebooks and on the VHS tapes that I watched and flipped through so many times when psyching myself up for our next family vacation. But you know, for one reason or another, it just never happened. Not until today. And it's actually kind of special too, because this is an experience that was removed and then returned. So it could have been gone forever, but we lucked out. Now, this show runs about 10 minutes. It happens at 10:30 as well as at 4 p.m., though that's subject to change. And from what I heard, they sometimes pepper in some shows throughout the day, maybe during the weekend or when it's super busy. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, it was really cool. And I got a chance to take a selfie with the diver, because why not? You know, I mean, we got to commemorate finally seeing the show somehow, and I can't think of a better way. But all right, I think that about does it for our day here at Epcot. We saw the new merchandise at Cosmic Rewind as well as at Test Track. We got a chance to see this new show, and we talked a little bit more about MagicBand Plus. I think that checks everything off of our list for the day. I will say there are some snacks that I would like to try here, but I can't decide on which one I want, and when I did cross paths with a snack cart that sells it, it wasn't open. So maybe we save that for our next visit. I've also got some other fun stuff in store, which unfortunately has been put on the back burner because of the heat. Like, we're even in a heat advisory today, so I do want to make my way out before things get really toasty. Anyway, all that to say, make sure you don't miss our next one. You know, join us. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. And let me know if you've ever done this experience here at Epcot, and of course, what you think of the merchandise that we saw today. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear, especially for those of you who bought MagicBand Plus, if you're running into the same issue that I'm running into. If you didn't tell me the last time we talked about it, fill me in on all the details in the comments down below. But all right, I think that's all for now. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Until then.